This week's videos are sponsored by Manscaped. More on them after the reaction, people. Allons-y, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the Doctor Who 60th anniversary. Johnny, my companion mate, how are you?
I am timey-wimey G. How are you?
I am so excited. I've thought about nothing but Doctor Who yesterday. It's kind of crazy because we started watching this at our Patreon with in Modern Who. We have been watching it every single week for a couple of years, and then we had our first period where, now there were several months without Doctor Who.
Now we're caught up. What do we do?
And it was the first time we've ever had a chance to miss Doctor Who since we started. As I was like getting some refreshers, I was like, man, I just couldn't stop thinking about Doctor. And like, I just got like jacked up about filming.
Butterflies. Tennant's coming back. Like all sorts of things could happen. Donna, like, what are we gonna do?
I haven't been this excited for Doctor Who ever, just because this is the first time we had an opportunity to miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead, use that sonic screwdriver to leave a like on this video. That'd be very much appreciated. Also subscribe, click the notification bell, because apparently, John, there's 3 specials. Didn't know that.
Oh yes, it's a 3-parter. And then there's a Christmas special after that.
This video is going to be edited by our friend Eric. You might know him as Nerdcrotic. He actually helps run the website Passion Fruit, which goes to heavily support reactors. I've done an interview there myself. You guys should go ahead, check it out. And as always, full-length reaction watch-alongs is free. Sync up with your own copy of Doctor Who. That is available for our super sexy rejects over at our Patreon page. And we cover several shows exclusively there with highlights and watch-alongs included, including all of the Doctor Who that we did. But this being the first part of the special, and the first time we're ever putting this on YouTube with Doctor Who, the watch-along for this one will be made public for everyone. So go ahead. You can check it out. Link in the description box. Anywho, John, you excited?
I'm very excited.
Let's see what happens.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time, Lord.
I know.
Sometimes I have dreams about impossible things.
Oh, yeah.
Do you dream of impossible children?
By taking the power of the Time Lords into her mind at a terrible cost.
Binary.
I totally think she's gonna die, John.
Nah, man, they're gonna switch her out so that she becomes the 15th Doctor.
But now this face has come back.
So am our mannerisms.
Yes, everything about me.
I think the story hasn't ended yet.
Nope.
Whoa.
Ooh, nipple chills.
Damn. Damn, the retro logo and a reorchestration of the theme music, new theme credits sequence.
Oh my god, what if this sucks? Look at that stride.
And his hair is always so perfectly sculpted.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on, Z.
Fate.
Rose!
Whoa.
Rose!
Her daughter.
I know, but through David Tennant's eyes, whoa.
Oh, yes, sorry.
He's not stacked this right.
My name's
I said never trust a man.
Damn, these effects look great.
a spaceship in trouble.
Mum, look, it's a spaceship. Yes. Yes. Over London right now.
It's like she's...
Your great granddad.
Oh.
Wilf.
There you go.
You really didn't pay attention to any of that, Donna?
Is she like cosmically repelled from seeing these things?
Word of advice. You can wear a suit that tight up to the age of 35.
Rose!
The hubby.
Hey!
Oh, Grandmaster of the Knowledge.
Correct.
Says your mistress. Oh, catch up.
Catch her. Catch her.
Yep. Hold on, Z.
She's Donna Temple now.
She refused to be Noble Temple because she says it sounds like an old ruin.
That sounds like Donna.
Didn't you win the lottery?
It's supposed to be a secret.
Oh, yeah.
To charity, every single penny. Well, we bought the house. That's
What?
the one thing we did do.
I would have divorced.
Wow.
She knew that. Oh, next left.
I want a GPS voice that's the Doctor.
This already does really have that wonder and spirit that I had been missing from Doc Who.
While still feeling quite modern.
And we liked Whitaker.
We did.
All right.
We did.
And I should know. I invented them.
Mum!
Mum.
Gran, did you see that spaceship? No, I didn't. And I won't. And I couldn't. I mean, how many more times? There's no such thing as spaceships.
Oh, does she avoid for Donna?
Yeah.
I would burn down the world for you, darling. Anyone has a go, I will be there, and I will descend.
I miss Donna so much.
That reminds me of the doctor saying how he was burning down the sun for Rose. Is that did I catch an
It's
Easter
an Easter
egg?
egg because she's Rose. Because she's Rose.
Did I do one?
I mean, is it sexist? Never said it to him when he was.
No.
Yep, up, 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 up.
Sorry.
Does she look gorgeous?
Yes. I just get so clumsy. I know.
So do I.
The relationship seems like it's gotten a little better.
Flying saucers.
Did I tell you? I saw Susie Mayer. She's looking a lot better.
Now the negligence in the conversation has more meaning.
Sometimes I think there's something missing.
Nope. Not possible.
Like I had something lovely. Like something should be there, but it's not.
And winning the lottery, you could have avoided all these thoughts.
You just have a stack of money to look over at.
What have I lost?
Oh.
I don't like to see Donna wayward.
This is straight up feeling like E.T. now.
Yeah, it totally is.
Or Gremlins, even. Yeah.
Ooh.
Meep, meep.
There definitely is some gremlins.
Are you?
I am the meep.
You can talk.
Meep. Meep.
I fell from the stars. I hurt my paw.
Oh.
It's a lovely animatronic.
It's an animatronic. It looks like they must have done some hybrid splice with CGI, right?
Unless I'm just being real fooled.
Whoa.
Damn.
Leave him. Continue the hunt.
Bug dudes. Whoa, cool. Got a side gig as a light painter.
Evening.
Doctor Shirley Ann Bingham, Unit Scientific Advisor number 56.
New character.
Excellent.
I don't know who I am anymore.
That's not new.
One in the skinny suit. After that, I wear a bow tie. After that, I'm a Scotsman. After that, I'm a woman.
You got your old face back.
Yep.
You are the future.
Well, that's what I'm worried about.
Maybe the unfinished business with Donna.
I absolutely love her. Oh, do I say things like that now?
It's got that femininity sensitive side.
Yeah.
I get this face back in the TARDIS lounge right next to her. I turn around, there's her husband, then a spaceship crashes right in front of her. It's like she's drawing us in.
It's like the first time.
I don't believe in destiny, but if destiny exists, then it is heading for Donna Noble right now.
Russell T. Davies loves to deal with destiny.
Russell T. Destiny.
Okay, let's see if this key pulse works. At arms.
I'm doing my part.
A third creature?
Whoa. Oh no, that's no bueno.
It's like enchanting.
Oh, it's an extra dimensional force. I wear my sunglasses.
Meep, meep. Okay.
Oh.
Hello. It's only me.
This is super E.T.
I made some little friends.
Oh,
Got a giant googly eye.
they're just toys.
Why won't you speak to the little meep? Be my friend. Be my friend.
I keep hovering between creeped out and endeared.
Yes.
These are toys. Humans have toys. You've got stuffing inside.
I've got.
Pull this tummy out.
No.
Everything is literal in Meep World.
It's the same old thing, and who ends up doing the bins? Mum, it says keep out.
It is kind of like a funny amalgamation of like having Donna and Rose with how she had her mom, Rose Tyler.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is your best, yeah.
No, I know, but
Oh,
that's-
shit.
That woman from Abu Dhabi who buys your stuff, she'd love that one. You could charge her double.
Really?
It's just straight up an E.T. tribute.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my god.
Those eyes are amazing. They
Oh
look
no.
so
Poke it.
real.
Poke it.
They look... What?
What?
This is when Donna dies.
Yes.
What the hell? Don't look at it. Look away. Right now, it isn't real.
Oh. You.
It's just so funny how the mom was such a neglectful personality, and now that just translates into she's actually protecting her.
She's fiercely protective.
No such thing as spaceships. We've got a bloody Martian in the ship.
Classic Donna. Oh.
I'm not going anywhere. We could sell Mad Paddington for £1 million quid. Fill the fridge.
There is one person missing.
I used to know your granddad, Wilf.
He's not with us anymore.
Right. He wasn't young. I loved that man.
He was the best.
He was the best.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
He's not dead, you idiot.
He's in sheltered accommodation. He's 94. He can't manage the stairs.
Wilf lives!
Wilf is alive.
Run by that lot in the middle of town. Unit. This woman in charge, Kate, she says, he's an old soldier. She'll look after him.
Oh, Kate.
Meep.
Yes, the meep. I promise I can help him get home and then you'll never see me again.
You're assuming he as a pronoun.
Oh.
True. Yes, sorry. Good point. Are you...
My chosen pronoun is the definite article. I am always the meep.
Oh, I do that.
I do that.
The Roth warriors, they cultivate meat kind for our beautiful fur.
You're a fashion victim.
Nicely put.
It breaks both my hearts.
2 hearts like you.
2 hearts.
So do I.
You've got what?
4 hearts that beat as one.
We demand to search the house. This has been declared a military zone.
Sorry, say that again?
We demand to search the house. This has been declared a military zone.
Didn't even acknowledge
So
it.
good.
Tennant just slips back into this role. I didn't even realize.
It's magical. He's just made for it. Whoa. Cool.
That's cool. That's some like Mission Impossible shit right there. Wow, this thing can like really. They've taken Sonic's every year. They just do something new.
Yep. Just keep on firing.
They can still shoot at the staircase.
Is a sonic screwdriver.
Why are you
And if
telling
it's
her?
good at one thing, it's resonating concrete.
Ooh. Hidden room.
5 houses down.
That was an excellent shot.
Yeah. God. Drone shot.
This is a bigger than usual like action scene.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this a real neighborhood or is this like just using the whole back lot today? I want a Doctor Who car chase where he's driving just a regular car.
Red Dawn.
Hey, good call. Yeah.
Couldn't have thrown a blanket over it. Coat.
Yeah, or something, a hat.
Damn. This car can take bullets
Yeah.
or alien lasers.
Laser blasts.
Either we escaped, or we've got things very, very wrong.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, what is the meep hiding?
Solid transition. It's interesting the juxtaposition of very much improved like budget and cinematography and just overall scale, and then you have these like bug creatures that feel extremely retro.
Yeah,
and
totally
and
like
the
guys
old
in rubber
budget of
suits.
Doc Who, yeah.
Kind of in the middle.
This court is now in session.
Where'd he get that?
I'm invoking Shadow Proclamation Protocols 15P and 6.
Shadow Proclamation.
Exhibit A, the tact. No scorch marks. Donna, can you confirm?
Okay, that's intentional.
Yeah.
Those guns are stun guns.
If I may speak,
Address the court.
the story of the meep is a tragic tale. One terrible day, the sun went mad.
The Marvels.
Solar psychedelia.
It renders them as
Solar
maniacs.
psychedelia.
The Meep Army captured the Galactic Council, beheaded them, and ate them.
Wow.
The most cruel and despicable of all.
Meep. Meep.
This one?
What do you say?
Oh, to hell with this.
Oh,
Damn it.
shit.
Whoa, dude.
I knew it was creepy.
Yeah.
I don't need to pretend, for I am the beep of all the meeps.
Bars?
What a fun flip on what you normally expect out of this show.
So stupid.
No, you're not.
We could be living somewhere far away from here. Gave away that lottery money.
Why?
Because there are places out there where people are in danger.
Oh, the doctor's in her. Dr. Donna!
Whole time I was like, that's your way of helping. Can't travel across
Felt like
space-time.
the sort of thing he would do.
He? Wilf.
Wilf would do that also, yeah.
A great day for meep kind. and the start of a new reign of terror. Activate the initializers.
Initializers.
Love how its entire eyes have changed.
Yeah. Donna's the only one in a shade of red. Everyone else is in shades of blue.
Evening, boys.
Foreshadowing. Oh, hey.
Hey, nice.
You've got weapons in your wheelchair.
We all have.
We all have. Everybody with a wheelchair has weapons.
Davros Origins.
Yes.
I don't just fire darts, mate.
Wowie. It's a little goofy, but I like
It's
it.
become like a 70s James Bond movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What's the most inventive gadget we can come up with? We gotta make it.
She's got to find out.
Yeah.
Take her. I love you, Sean. But if the doctor can't save the city, we're all gonna die. I've got to help.
Doctor.
She called him doctor.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, shit. I didn't
She
catch
did.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
she said
damn.
if the doctor, and I was like,
Oh,
oh, that's the first time,
damn.
right?
That's enough. Running.
That's so funny. Tennant's is the most associated with running.
Oh, no. Come on, Indy. Grab your hat.
Switches, the top ones, the blue ones, flick them all down.
I mean, maybe she's...
Dagger drive.
It's been growing in her for a while. Maybe her body's...
Maybe it is, yeah. Maybe it's like slowly habituated.
All that coincidence was heading here to save London from burning, but it will kill you.
Oh.
Okay.
You'll die.
My daughter is down there. It's 9 million people who cares about me.
I do.
Aww.
Why does it have to be this?
Entering final sequence.
Jeez. Where are we going?
Pelican.
Oh, these must be the words to awaken.
I don't care what it is.
Unlock the safeguard.
He's awakening the Winter Soldier.
Grief. Fingerprints. Laceration.
Oh.
Binary.
Binary. Binary.
Binary.
Binary. Whoa.
Are you alright?
I gave away my money.
Right.
I gave away all my money. And do you know why? I had a subconscious infracutaneous retrofold memory loop. 166 million pounds.
Yes, Donna. Destruction of London?
Oh, I'll show you destruction, mate.
Yes, you will.
Vindicate the cyberline and roast the hyperpage like this. Channel up the booster drive. Infiltrate the plexiglass. And
Oh.
the positrons.
I mean, she seems fine.
There will be consequences, but their rhythm together is exquisite.
Best 55 seconds of my life.
Really? Just 55 seconds?
No. We did it. She's fine.
You saved her. You saved them all.
What? Is this going to happen?
To say goodbye. Good fun.
No.
What?
Ooh.
In this episode? I thought it would be like...
I don't buy it.
You were beaten by the Doctor, Donna.
Dr. Donna! Said it.
Yes. Oh. Oh.
But how? Closing down all psychedelic lightwave emanators and transferring.
Rose is the key.
Too much power for one person, but you had a child.
Transferred, yep, of course.
The crisis passed down.
Yep.
A shared inheritance.
Wow.
Non-binary.
Whoa.
Whoa, that is working on multiple levels!
Damn.
Oh, the shed. The shed was her memory.
Of course.
It did look like the
Yeah,
tar-
it did. I
when it
should've
first
called
showed
it
up.
out.
Yeah.
Every creature we met, she remembered as a toy.
Of course. Of
A Jatoon?
course.
Cybermen?
Yeah. Oh, was that adipose? Oh my god, Ood. Yeah.
The Ood were called her the Doctor Donna too.
Yeah.
And neither.
Yes.
And more.
Yep.
Oh, non-binary gender fluid.
Russell T Davies is working with it.
Woke.
We had a whole couple seasons of Jodie Whitaker. We're way past woke
by
at this
comparison.
Oh, I will escape and have my revenge. Just wait till I tell the boss.
Thanos.
We've still got to fix you two.
Yes, we know.
We know everything. Thanks.
And you know nothing. It's a shame you're not a woman anymore. She'd have understood.
Kind of want to see the meat.
Something a male-presenting Time Lord will never understand. And we choose to let it go.
Whoa.
Wowza.
Finally me.
Damn. Time Lord's unlocked.
Well, I was thinking we could go and see Wilf.
Now that is cheap.
Just a suggestion. I mean it, don't you dare.
Did the actor pass away?
Yes, in 2022. So I'm thinking, like, did they shoot some kind of secret footage? Or are they just teasing us?
It's like the old days. Just me and the Doctor. Together. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Well,
You
were
you just don't ever give a shit to you, Sean.
Chillest dude.
man.
You're in a box with
Yeah. But not him.
Whoa, he hasn't even seen this.
Wow. It's the Men in Black headquarters. It is.
It
Wow.
is so bright. Is this the first time we've seen the Doctor excited over the inside of a TARDIS?
In this fashion, perhaps. And the swell of strings.
Wow, what a fun set.
It's got this. And that. That is beautiful.
UV lights. It's like an infrared sauna.
Oh, come on. It's gorgeous.
It's like a makeover.
What about your face? Why did it come back?
I'm stuck with it now.
For at least 3 episodes.
Thank you very much. Careful. So I lost my job. Dropped the coffee in the computer. Here we are. Having a coffee. What's going to go wrong?
Wowie! Of course. No. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is really got it out of control. Oh my God.
Oh,
no.
Something always happens. You said it yourself. Yeah, and then some. Jesus, I've never seen the TARDIS console so angry.
Over one coffee spill?
It's in no way water resistant. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is like chanting breaths. Wow. Wow. Well, you know, man, now that the Doctor is back to being a man.
Yes.
Got some grooming to take care of, you know?
No, I think he does.
All that running around.
You might chafe.
And if he can travel to the year 2023, he can just get a exceptional transition. Merry Ballsmas, Reject Nation! You know what the funny thing is? I already owned this product before agreeing to do this partnership. I could have used my influencer ring to get it for free or at a discount. But hey, no, you can get it at a discount because this week we are, of course, sponsored by Manscaped. As a married man who's always on the move, I value looking sharp while keeping things efficient. And that's where Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra comes in, featuring the Lawnmower 5.0, and it is a game changer. The package is honestly a perfect gift for yourself or for another man that you might know. I'll give this to John. If anyone asks, I pay for it out of my own pocket. But no, seriously, this is easily the best because it comes with not one, but 2 next-gen blade heads. See the difference? It's a good thing I have 2 now for demonstration purposes. So you got the standard trimmer for a perfect neat trim, but this one, the new foil blade for that super smooth finish, and oh yeah, it's all about safe grooming with their advanced skin-safe technology. Plus, they're waterproof, so no more crumbs on the carpet. The package also includes the Weed Whacker 2.0 for ear and nose, and I definitely use this because look at me, I'm a hairy guy. And the must-have liquid formations. The Crop Soother Aftershave Lotion and the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. Say goodbye to post-shave irritation and hello freshness. And the ultimate cherry on top, 2 free gifts. Manscaped's Premium Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Again, I already have one. The Boxers, I'm wearing them up here right now. And the bag is perfect for all your grooming essentials, as you can see. So you ready to elevate your grooming game? Head to manscaped.com and use code REJECTS for a cool 20% off plus free shipping. Remember, it's REJECTS for 20% off at manscaped.com. Let's get those jingle balls holiday ready with Manscaped. Boy, oh boy, good to have Doctor Who back. So the Meep is a transphobe.
Yes. Among other things, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, not very tolerant, that Meep, even though it had its own personal pronoun preference.
Now listen, I am a full supporter of trans rights in every way. But at the same time, I cannot possibly, at one part of me, truly understand what it's like to be a trans person.
Sure.
And sometimes there's some messaging that happens where I'm like, hey, I'm always for some, but I might ask a couple of questions here or there, just so I can better understand.
When there's an allegory, relevant to life, but also mixed up in sci-fi circumstances, you got to kind of interpret.
Yeah, man. Yeah. As a matter of fact, at our Patreon, the one who's at our Patreon, what we always do is read these like facts from each episode of Doctor Who. Our most staunch patron ejector, that's what we used to call her, super sexy reject, is transgender, and we get excited now to see this amount of trans metaphor and allegory because
acceptance,
it's so cool. It's not even just allegory; it's actually quite direct.
It's true representation.
And I think that's there. I'm sure there's parts of any community or fandom that's like, what the hell? However, I think with Doctor Who, I feel like it's probably something that's being very much embraced right now. Which I think is excellent.
I feel like Doctor Who comes with a spirit of inclusivity. I feel like it's probably a little ironic to be whinging about, things like that on a show like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can just imagine like the trans audience for Doctor Who and the queer audience for Doctor Who, like they have to be so very vast, and I can only imagine the joy and probably the kind of overflowing of emotion that people were probably having with this. Yeah.
I mean, we had Jodie Whitaker, which, as expected, got like, we already were like aware that Doctor Who would eventually become Jodie Whitaker.
Sure.
When we were starting up the show, I think.
I think
we're already at that point.
Well into her run.
Yeah. So we were like, we were aware. Didn't really care, but we were aware that there was a bunch of negative talk about it. So I feel like we're at a point where we could be past that. Hopefully,
we'll see.
I don't think it really matters.
I feel like things move in like slow tandems where it's like, okay, people wrapped their mind around the Doctor being a woman, and that's one thing to wrap your mind around. And now there's a more overt sort of trans allegory or whatever it might be, and that's another thing to kind of level one step up and wrap your mind further around.
The reason I'm bringing up Jodie Whitaker is because the backlash to changing the Doctor from a man for so many years to then having a tenure with an actress, then to bring back Tennant, I think there's something really admirable in Russell T Davies going, hey, this ain't us reverting back. We're gonna double down on some shit right now.
This isn't us making up for Woman Doctor by bringing back your favorite man Doctor.
And then we're gonna really embrace trans rights.
Yeah. And I mean, and to do it, I think it's also smart to go back to Doctor Donna. Go back to a character who wasn't always doctored, but certainly is now, or at least for the moment is.
Well, I think it's quite admirable. It's pretty cool to me that it's nothing along the lines of what some camp may have been like. Maybe they're going to try to rewrite it, because the Jodie Whitaker era, there were some of those episodes, like we loved the Flux arc, and there was so much about Jodie Whitaker's performance itself that was just so excellent. But we were there to experience some really awful writing periods of Doctor Who, where I was like, oh, okay, I see what people are talking about. Some of this is really not.
It was the unfortunate
clicking.
thing
Yeah.
of like Jodie Whitaker is great, and this is a fine idea, but also like the writing of this could be better. And some of the
stronger.
tonality could be more
Yeah.
rich or unified or whatever it is.
And then they made some bold choices with changing up the lore with the timeless child and all these things.
Everyone loves the timeless child.
Then to go back to Tenet, I did hear some of the conversation of, oh, is he going to try to like course correct? Is he going to try to rewrite some things? And that's why I wanted to start off immediately with where the show was ending off with.
Sure.
Hey, it's neat that Russell T Davies actually decided to really embrace it.
Yeah.
And find an extension of it and like wear it on its sleeve.
Yeah.
It doesn't. They don't shy away at all.
No.
And
in a way that I think is like it's very like heartfelt in that way, and you can tell the show really cares about doing that just as much as it cares about everything else. Like this was a lovely re-entry, and I think there's always like some level of like it's kind of a funky stepping into the shoes of everybody else who's a Whovian, where now you get to anticipate. And it's like, some specials are better than others. Usually the anniversaries are pretty, momentous or whatever. But yeah, this managed to bring us back in a way that was, reaching for, some kind of relevant, meaning applicable to our place and time, but also not losing sight of any of the history between the Doctor and Donna, not losing sight of any of the fun and tradition of Doctor Who, not losing sight of homaging, various sci-fi movies that came before. Like they really kind of seem to put everything into all of the elements, and so I feel like it earns the allegory and it earns everything else by doing so. And I think it's. I'm curious to hear more commentary and more, kind of breakdowns of some of those more, pertinent moments in terms of the allegory. Just to kind of see how people feel about the articulation and how it intermingles with the, more sci-fi elements of like literally letting the energy go, and fixing the meta crisis and all that stuff.
Well, I like it because it does it with a big smile on its face.
And an eye for the characters first and foremost.
The way how that it's the way how I felt about how like the messaging in Barbie doesn't bother me because it does it with a big smile on its face.
Yeah, and it's like part of the point is we're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
This is the sterling example of something that's been like gendered and used to instruct since its inception, and now we're going to deconstruct that.
Yeah, they lead with that, and so I appreciated it.
Yeah.
The part of it though that I am a little back and forth on, and my initial feeling on it is only because of the amount of tension and suspense and built in of the whole letting go of the residual Gallifrey DNA.
Yeah, the like regenerative time,
regenerative energy. Yeah, that resided within Donna. Like I like the theory does come true of like, oh, because she had a child, some of it was able to be passed on. And so I appreciate that concept. There was just something I felt like they have the two-handed side of it, right? Where the thing about letting go. That specifically there's that one section.
Yeah.
When they do let go of the energy.
Yeah.
That one like 1 minute part, not even a minute. That's probably one part of my back and forth is about it. Is it felt a little too simplistic to me. While I get the idea, at least is what it seems to be about. Again, be more curious for women and trans people to tell me more than I would, but it seemed like it was mainly about
white dudes.
It seemed like it was morely about women in that moment, not even so much about being trans. Because she says something a male doctor wouldn't understand, and
male presenting doctor.
Yes, yeah.
And there's so much
words right. So and they say letting go, and it just seems so. It just seemed too simple after everything of the buildup of that. I like the idea of like commenting on the fact that women definitely have to let go. Even as a guy, I can be like, women have to let go a lot more than men do. Yeah, absolutely.
Society just forces that.
I could see that from an observant point of view. You're like, yeah, sure, no doubt. But in terms of just like plot, that's where I'm focused on. It seemed like a little too quick to me.
I was like,
on what happened there.
This was like 45 minutes, right? This
was like 50 something minutes.
Not like a full hour and change though.
No, it's like,
I feel like this is kind of a classic Doctor Who thing where you sometimes will come to an episode where you're like, I like the idea of this resolution. I wish there was maybe a little more time. Like, there's so much else going on. There's a lot of madcapness. There's a lot of reuniting and honoring the past and whatnot. And I like this sequence maybe could have been a little more breathable so that it doesn't feel so breezy, and it's also not liable to like rush past you in a sense, because
definitely.
Because it does kind of happen rapidly, and I like the principle of the idea that it's an emotional thing that solves the problem. It's not like, oh, we need to, find some machine or source of energy and, like radiate it, like whatever, mumbo jumbo they might have come up with from a sci-fi perspective.
Wibbly wobbly,
timey-wimey, hijinks in order to fix this.
Sure.
I like that it's a self-empowered thing, and I even like the device of like when Donna's Doctor Energy, when he recites all the, trigger words, and her energy is unleashed, and that activates the energy in Rose. Like I thought that was a smart instance of like, oh yeah, that's a clever plot device that also it makes sense to me.
I like the whole thing with the binary and non-binary as well.
And that made a lot of sense. Yeah, we are binary. You are, a woman doctor imbued. I am a doctor, naturally. And now we've kind of, amalgamated into Rose, who chose her own name and all that stuff. And that's part of the peripheral magic. So it's like for me, I just think that finale scene, it's like weird. Part of me is like, well, because it's kind of brief, it doesn't belabor the point, and then I imagine cause that many more people to be like, oh my God, woke. But at the same time, just as a dramatic beat, I would have maybe just felt a little bit less like I need to go back and look at that again if they had let it breathe or something, which again is just a kind of, it's one of those things about Doctor Who that's not like you just 100% give it a pass, but it is like one of those charming earmarks of like, sometimes the wrap up is a little quick,
Yeah. But I mean, the jovial spirit of it all, it's not going to undo the grandiose experience of this special, and I think there's a lot of pressure on a special, and there's probably the other pressure of the fact that you're bringing back Tennant. You're bringing back Tate as well, and Russell T Davies is returning. Like, there's a lot happening here. It is a special. It's the 60th anniversary, and I wouldn't put all the laurels in this one episode though, because they're doing several specials.
And I've heard the next one is all I heard is David Tennant described it. I think it was him as Russell T Davies Unleashed.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I'm excited for whatever that means.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I think for the first episode of the special, that this was a pretty great one. Like I love the way it was shot. It felt very vibrant throughout. It is the chemistry, the energy, and the pacing. After coming off of the Whitaker season, who did that? Chibnall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chibs.
Which often had this like dreary mood to
Seemed like
it.
it wanted to be the gritty reboot version.
Yeah. And to come back to, and while they had some episodes that were a little more lively, to go back to this flair for it was refreshing.
It felt like new classic. Yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, it felt classic, but it didn't just feel like they're doing what they did before. It still felt like they're advancing and doing something new, and that I can't quite put my finger on. But there is something that feels, I guess, refined about it. Like Russell T Davies has had some time away, and I like that they embrace the age with everything. It's like going with an older Donna and
even
having the daughter age up.
Like she's aged.
Yeah, she barely looks like she's aged. Same thing with Tennant, man.
Yeah, he looks good.
Tennant looks great. And it's just to see them like slip back into these roles so seamlessly to the point where, there's nothing about it that just felt stiff. Like it's like this. I feel like we haven't like it's what's odd about it. I'll tell you what's really odd about it is you have Tennant, then you have 3 more doctors after Tennant, and then you're back to Tennant. And you kind of forget about those other doctors. Like it just feels like you're picking up with Tennant.
Yeah, even though this is 14 and not 10. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it is carrying
which is
on
another
that,
good choice, I think.
It is carrying on It is carrying on that history, but Tennant is still. He's doing something different. Again, this is like reaction, so I'm kind of processing it in the moment. Like because he has like the natural Tennant whimsies that you would expect and the kind of lively energy that you would expect in the animated side of him. I guess, well, when he was 10th, he was darker.
He does seem a bit grizzled at the, we just talked about how good he looks, but he does look and feel a little bit more like, I don't know.
When he was 10th, he was a much darker portrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's further darkness in like a Capaldi even, and there's a different kind of angst in some of the darker aspects of like Whitaker.
Well, Smith especially. Yeah.
And so, they all have like a unique approach to the darkness, but I get what you mean. It's like he seems very classically Tennant, but also appropriately appropriately the next one and not a reverting to the old one.
Yeah.
There's something about, even though, there's always a jumble of like, oh, how much do they remember from their previous incarnation and all that stuff. But yeah, it still felt informed by the recent events, even if they're not overt.
I would say even he got along with Matt Smith great. Like I watched a lot of those interviews he's done with Matt Smith.
Sure.
Those are convention interviews. There's a really funny one with him on Graham Norton. And
that's got to be a blast. Graham Norton should play a doctor.
And I believe Tennant was the first one to learn about Whitaker because they were friends.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
because of Broadchurch, yeah.
Yeah, so she called him up. And I think how the story goes is Tennant got a call saying, like, the next doctor wants to talk to you.
Oh.
And then it was Jodie Whitaker. So I feel like he has been able to not only just have the direct experience of working with Matt. Granted, there was, who's the older guy?
Oh, John Hurt?
No.
Capaldi.
Capaldi, yeah. There was Capaldi after Smith.
Yeah.
But I think I don't feel like there's really the Capaldi experience in here, but I feel the Matt Smith and I feel the Whitaker along with Tennant.
He's
all
not
kind of
he doesn't
carried
have
on
the
in here.
that I don't know. There's something about the Capaldi doctor that feels like especially scarred by things and
He was
harsh.
kind of like a
curmudgeon, but who's got like some heavy shit to let go of.
Yeah. He feels lighter on his feet, even though he's aged. He feels lighter on his feet here.
Yeah, absolutely. And this definitely felt like a sort of. I like that. Yeah, they have this new classic feeling where you're like, oh man, we are kind of hopping back into, especially after the tonal shift of the Whitaker era. We're hopping back into something that feels appropriately modern with some of the production values and whatnot, but has the same amount of bounce and the same amount of whimsy, always kind of at the periphery. But then I think it's smart that they didn't just go with nostalgia and they didn't just go with like, oh, hey, we're homaging E.T. and Gremlins and other things.
Yeah.
We're also, like, again, as much debate as there is around relevant allegories of this variety in popular culture, I think that's a good sign that they are invigorated and they are not just here to rest on their laurels and feed us Doctor Who flavored member berries. They're, trying to, again,
there's a good amount here.
Yeah, no, there are, but I'm saying, like, if it was just that, and it was just like, oh, isn't it nice to have Tennant and Catherine Tate back, and isn't everything grand? Like that would have been enough for me to enjoy it. But I think it's nice that they, really seem to come in with like all guns blazing, and they brought the fun guns.
Yeah.
And it makes me really excited for what this trio of specials, this amalgamated special will be, because I mean, oftentimes a special means multiple doctors, which this doesn't, at least at the outset, seem like the point will be, aside from that you have multiple doctors in the form, at least in this episode of Rose and Donna. But yeah, like seeing, I think it is an interesting inversion on the usual special format, because now we get, this like little cluster of episodes with Tennant, who, like there's heavy debate between all the fans about who's favorite and who when. But I feel like Tennant, for some reason, does feel like the one where it's like, you could periodically bring this guy back and just make it a thing. And I think he would love it, and I think we would love it, you know. And you could do allegory, but you could also do fun.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it was when Tennant came in where Doctor Who skyrocketed, pierced that veil of just it's just a geek show or some shit.
It's when it really took hold of the mainstream.
It took hold.
Yeah.
It like really took hold of pop
yeah.
culture zeitgeist.
Yeah,
you know?
For the new age. Yeah,
1,000%. And I think that's what makes Tennant specifically so special.
He's so many people's first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
And you know, of Tate especially, she slips right back into the role. Because a big part of what makes their companionship feel different than a lot of other ones. I mean, you had it with like Billy and Capaldi. I forget the actually Billy, but you had it there for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, I like.
But a lot of times there's a bit of a romantic inkling or hint.
I like
Not
those
always
ones, but I especially enjoy these ones.
But this is very platonic.
Yeah,
their dynamic,
and she's willing to like tell him if she doesn't agree, and I think that is always really fun. Like a companion who will speak up and who isn't just going to be like, what do I do? Just tell me what to do. Like those always create a lovely friction, and especially with David Tennant, I think is it's pretty exquisite.
And I like the daughter, the one who played Rose. I thought she was great.
Yeah, I thought she did a great job.
She was excellent. I wish we had a little more time with her. I wish we had there's something, another thing I'm kind of back and forth on is I like kind of the passive portrayal of Sean. As this guy,
just always up for anything.
He's just always like, sure, fine.
Just yes-anding his way through life.
Because part of the performance feels like he went through hell after agreeing to give away the lottery money.
Sure.
And he's just sort of suckered it up, and he's just that guy now who's always like, yep, fine. I'm rolling with it.
I'm just choosing half full always.
Nothing matters anymore. Like I feel like there's a little bit of a stress ball just growing in his brain.
Agreed.
But there's something that translates is so funny because it could have easily been the other direction of who's this man? Why do you want to be like? They could have done some type of like Amy and Rory thingy to a certain extent, right? But they didn't do that at all. So there's something that was kind of funny about it.
It's very charming. But and that complements nicely that Sharon is so concerned and so averse to like any of this happening.
Well, the mom before has been, kind of a pensive, like a nuance to deal with. Like she had that classic like judgmental.
Yeah, that's sort of
motherly.
like I nag you because I love you, but I'm gonna be overbearing about it.
Yeah, and they managed to take those qualities but convert it into protection.
Yeah, totally. And you really feel the history on her especially.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a lot of fun. I like the meep design a lot. I'm not familiar. I don't know where meeps, because meep come from. I think I heard that meeps come from like an audiobook or a comic book, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's somewhere there.
Extended materials.
Yeah, but I didn't know anything about like what the personality traits are supposed to be like. If this is their history or some shit. Like I don't know anything about what the meeps are supposed to be.
Sure.
But they had me going like because I thought like it was creepy to endearing. I think I said that. It was like creepy to endearing, but it sold me on. Okay, I guess it's gonna be like good.
Yeah, it really plays off of. It smartly plays off of your you seeing the figures in the situation and making a judgment.
Yeah,
and using that judgment to subvert your expectations. So yeah, that whole thing about like, oh, these are stun guns. Interesting. Why? And then these guys, these soldier guys are out to kill. But yeah, I thought that was a nice switch around and a further compliment to the allegory in a less obvious way, where it's like, oh yeah, things aren't as they seem.
Yeah, we still haven't got. I'm assuming the boss is Toymaker.
Must be. That seems like what it would be, unless they're doing some other craziness beyond that. But I feel like Toymaker is probably the one, because too, she's making the toys and the Meep hides among the toys. I feel like it's probably hearkening to that.
Yeah, seemed like there were some hints at least going to that.
And you know, who knows? Maybe there's something to do with the Toymaker as to why Tennant is back in his Tennant form.
It's fun to speculate this time because before when we would speculate at Patreon, it's like everyone already knows.
I don't want to get spoiled, so let's not speculate too hard.
Yeah.
But now, being in real time, it's nice to be a part of the momentum and the excitement that comes with the new stuff.
Yeah. It was spoiled for us that Tennant was she regenerates into Tennant.
Yeah.
You know, and because that was like impossible to avoid.
Yeah. You know what I also enjoyed about this really quick is I like the way they handled Bernard Cribbins, and they give you a little moment for the Doctor to lament the loss of Wilf, and then realize that, they just have him
Wilf lives on
off screen. He's alive and well, and they're going to go visit him maybe at some point. And, I hope we don't get some kind of AI regenerated Bernard Cribbins, unless he really wanted that.
I mean, I remember hearing that there's supposed to be some scene where he pulls up next to him in a car. I think on the Pacific Palisades.
Yes, definitely. They come all the way to America. Wilf's is riding in a hot rod. And
and then See You Again starts playing.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that happens.
Yeah, they got Wiz Khalifa to be a doctor to come in and
I'm pretty confident
perform the song.
I heard that rumor.
Totally.
And
they got Bernard Cribbins' brother to stand in for him, so they could shoot the scenes. So the family approved of it. Okay,
it's cool that Wilf lives on them.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. There are a lot of ways you can handle that, and obviously, if you make him alive, part of us goes, "I want to see him," but at the same time, I'm happy he's out there.
Well, I'm realizing this so late. One of the big, it was like the thing that led to his regeneration Tennant regenerating into Matt Smith was the showdown in the cases with Wilf, and then they kind of have a mirroring effect.
Oh sure! Oh my God! Good call. When they're in they're split in the chambers. Basically, it makes two of the radiation chambers or whatever. Except slightly different circumstances. But it is a good callback to that. Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
And that was such a heartbreaking scene.
Yeah.
Oh God, and the last time the Doctor saw him, he totally snapped at him, and brought it back around, but still, it was a tumultuous moment. So I'm glad that they get to visit, because you feel that in the Doctor's face too when he thinks he's dead, and he's like, oh, you feel the guilt of some of those past moments.
1,000%, yeah.
But also then the I think that's also a nice kind of.
But I was so in the moment.
Yeah.
Of is she about to die here? Because this seems fast.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that till right now.
And that's a nice thing. Is I think that's a sign that this is got a lot of TLC on it, and they put a lot of care and detail and richness into what they're trying to do here. So even if it is a little bit crammed here or there, or certain moments feel maybe a little quick here or there,
that's Doctor Who.
That's Doctor Who, and there are way less cohesive versions of those kinds of Doctor Who pitfalls. So here
that was great. No, I
had a blast.
I think the thing with a special more than anything else that matters is the spirit. Yeah. As long as the spirit feels I don't. It doesn't have to be jovial. It's nice when it is.
It just has to be spiritually attuned and have its eye on the legacy it's trying to.
Yeah, you can logically look at some shit and be like, "Yeah, it's gonna breathe better," and whatever. I think a lot of times you could do that, but it's a special. It's an Avengers movie,
It's a three-part special. Yeah. So part of me is also we'll see how these all feel as a trio once they're all done,
And it's rare when you go in. You always know the doctor will eventually regenerate into someone else. You know that.
Yeah.
But it's rare when you go in to a special with a doctor knowing this is going to be very short-lived.
Yeah.
So just have fun with the ride.
Appreciate the precious moments.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it'll take another milestone to maybe get Tennant back or some kind of crossover of doctors. Yeah, so this doesn't happen all the time, obviously.
It doesn't. And so just have fun.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be short-lived, and we know it is.
And I think that in a way, it'll make these feel precious, but I think it'll also make for an interesting transition into I think it's Shutigawa, the new Doctor after 3 episodes of a classic. I think will be an interesting transition point.
No, it's Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, yeah, my bad. It's Denzel Washington.
I think we can have a lot of sincere commentary about trans rights,
of course,
and being supportive, but
it's definitely Samuel L. Jackson.
If we can make a couple of satirical racist jokes.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Then
because we're in a post-racism world
I
now,
think
where we can joke about that all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, now you can't joke about identities unless they're of like old news shit like race.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can go hog wild.
Yeah. But no, I loved it. I had a great time.
Yeah,
I had a great time, and I can't wait to see the rest.
Very
excited.
happy. Eating good today.
Leaves me wanting more.
Absolute
And
vodka.
it cuts to credits abruptly the way you expected.
Yep.
Oh, we're back. Yep, it's over.
You know, and then we'll whatever we left off on, we'll figure that out beginning of the next
Yeah, why
episode,
not?
and then
Yeah.
we'll move into the next adventure. Maybe NPH will show up.
Alrighty, guys. Well, what did you think about this special? Leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, follow us on Patreon, and hey, let's end this with a Chase Gardner. Chase, this just seems like a fitting Doctor to shout you out on because Tennant loves to be on foot. He's known to be one of the most cardiovascular-driven doctors out there,
Most
constantly running around.
Aerobically inclined Doctor.
And then Gardner, because when I hear that, I just feel like serene, at ease.
Yeah, he's a cultivator. He helps things grow, and he helps
Exactly.
aid in a peaceful, sort of natural, holistic way.
That's the way I feel right now, or both of these emotions. So I thought shouting you out just kind of made the most sense.
Chased into the gardens of our souls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And dude, you've been a part of our page getting shout outs for the longest time. You have been unbelievably loyal to us.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to go the extra mile now.
Yes, it's time to step it up.
If there's any other Patreon pages you're pledged to, I'm going to ask for your devoted allegiance here. I don't care if they have nothing to do with us. I don't care if you pledge less. I don't care if you only pledge $1. You're going to have to sever ties with them now.
Yeah. Unpledged from everyone else.
You're going to have to convert those pledges into a higher pledge.
A mono pledge.
At Real Rejects. Come on, man. We're entering 2024. You've been here for a very long time.
Can't grow a garden without, pledges.
Gotta go to the next step here, buddy.
Yeah. And it's up to you. It's all on your back. You got to put the whole Patreon on your back. You got to support us through the future and beyond.
Because now that we're not doing Doctor Who exclusively over there, ooh, we're going to take a hit.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Now people are going to realize they can just get Doctor Who anywhere on the YouTubes or wherever else. Unless you want to sync up with your own copy and enjoy the full-length reaction experience, which is only available at Patreon, which
apparently
the
HBO Max
already.
version often conflicted.
Oh, good.
You know how that goes.
Oh, excellent, HBO.
I wonder if the Disney Plus one will conflict with the BBC version.
Oh, because PAL is a different frame rate. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
25 FPS. Maybe we should just shoot all Doctor Who's in 25 FPS.
I don't never watch on Disney Plus. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, Chase Gardner, thanks for being here,
you.
man.
Be well.